using simple arithmetic and the idea of function notation, which is something everybody should be familiar with, but if you aren't, it's actually fairly simple, and I'll give you a quick explanation. If you want videos that have a more extensive explanation, if you want my videos, ask me. Excuse me, I'll locate them and make them available to you. They're already available, but you'll never find them. There are thousands of these things. Okay, so ask. Anyhow, quick explanation. F of x equals x squared means whatever number goes here also goes here. So if I say f of 2, what do I mean? Well, the 2 went here, so I'm going to have to put a 2 here. X is replaced by 2, so this x is replaced by 2, so that f of 2 equals 2 squared, just as f of x equals x squared. It's that simple. People did quite well with this, but some people might have been a little shaky. What about f? And of course you can evaluate 2 to the second power. I'm not going to do that. I'm just trying to illustrate the function notation. F of 3 halves, what? Well, you replaced x by 3 halves, so you replace this x by 3 halves, and you get 3 halves squared. Okay? What about f of q? Well, x has been replaced by q, so x here gets replaced by q, gives you q squared. F of a plus b, x is replaced by a plus b, so you replace this x by a plus b, and you get a plus b quantity squared. And that's not a squared plus b squared. So I'm going to make a note here. A plus b quantity squared means a plus b multiplied by a plus b. By the distributive law, a plus b multiplied by a plus b is a multiplied by a plus b multiplied by a plus b. And how do you do that? Well, you have a distributive law again. A multiplied by a plus b is a times a plus a times b. A times a plus a times b. And b multiplied by a plus b is b times a plus b times b. Again, by the distributive law. Now there's some F-word thing that people use in multiplying binomials, and it's handy when you're learning to factor trinomials, but it has no other place in mathematics, and in my opinion, well, there's some authors that I really respect that have written really great textbooks that use it. I think it's probably against their better judgment, but they might have arguments for it, and if they do, I certainly respect that, because they know more than I do. Anyhow, I don't like it because it doesn't apply when you're multiplying more extensive expressions, trinomials, for example, or a binomial times a trinomial. You can't do that with that F-word thing. You can do that with the distributive law just as easily as we did this. Okay, well, anyhow, that equals this, and of course a times a is a squared, a times b is a times b. B times a is the same as a times b because multiplication is commutative. B times b is b squared. And then that equals a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. It's not equal to a squared plus b squared. You have this 2ab in here. Okay. Now another thing we need to be able to do, using function notation. This is just kind of a digression, but this is pretty important because people make a lot of algebra mistakes when they're taking pre-calculus. Okay. And we need to try to avoid those as much as possible. Okay, so we want to make a table for this function so we can make its graph. So we're going to do that in the next video.